The Tale of the Stubborn Elephant. In a forest covered with lush green trees where brand new surprises happened every day, there lived a big elephant family. In this forest, the sun filtered through the leaves in the mornings, birds sang, and animals woke up cheerfully. But in this story, an ordinary day was not going to happen. Because that morning, the youngest member of the elephant family, the baby elephant, had completely different thoughts in his mind. The mother and father elephant cheerfully prepared to go on a sweet trip. But the baby elephant did not seem very eager to go on the trip. While his siblings were waiting excitedly in front of their house to set off, he was waiting in a corner grumbling. His parents were used to this attitude, but still looked at each other with some surprise. Then they asked the baby elephant, "What happened again? Tell us." The baby elephant said that wandering in the same places, meeting the same animals, and eating the same leaves was not fun at all. He even said loudly, "Being an elephant is so boring." His family, realizing his unwillingness, did not force him. "All right, you stay at home but don't go anywhere else. We will be back before it gets dark," they said, and calmly set off into the forest with their other children. When his family left, the baby elephant thought to himself, Finally I'm alone." First he ran around inside the house a little. Then he went outside and cooled himself by splashing water around. From time to time, he raised his trunk to the sky and sprayed water, and the drops sparkled like a rainbow in the air. He even once tried to chase his own tail with his trunk, but after 3 turns, he got tangled in his own feet and fell to the ground. As he was getting up, he saw a leaf stuck to his nose, blue and blue, but instead of blowing it away, he stuck it even more to his nose. Then, when the leaf still would not go away, he got angry and blew so hard with his trunk, puff, that he thought it had flown away, but it ended up circling back right into his mouth. All this racket amused the baby elephant for a while. But after some time, he started to get bored of the silence around. Playing alone no longer seemed fun. He opened his eyes wide and protested, "So now I'm supposed to walk around like an elephant alone until evening?" He leaned his back against the trunk of a tree and began to think. Then a crazy idea came to his mind. Wait a minute, do I really have to be an elephant? What if I were another animal? For example, if I hopped around like a deer or played on treetops as a monkey? Who knows, maybe I would become a squirrel and sneak everywhere. Or maybe I could even fly. The baby elephant's eyes sparkled with excitement. Just then, he saw a deer hopping along. He gazed in admiration at the deer gliding through the forest with graceful and quick steps. Suddenly, a bubbling excitement grew inside him. "That's it," he said to himself. "I must be a deer." He immediately tried to hop like a deer among the trees. But when his huge, clumsy feet tangled, he suddenly fell to the ground. The tip of his trunk got buried in the soil. His big ears spread to the sides. He felt a little pain. As he shook his trunk and got up, he thought, being a deer isn't that easy after all. When the baby elephant walked a little deeper into the forest, he saw monkeys playing on the branches of a tree. The monkeys, jumping from branch to branch, throwing bananas to each other, laughing loudly, looked very cheerful. The baby elephant admired their games. Being a monkey could be fun, he thought. He wanted to join the monkeys. To get their attention, he went under the tree and waited there. Suddenly, the monkeys focused on the baby elephant, then jumped down laughing. One of them climbed onto the elephant's back. One grabbed onto his trunk. One pulled his ear, and another threw a coconut at his head. The baby elephant was caught off guard. He realized he was in the middle of chaos rather than playing. He could not escape from branch to branch like them. He could not respond to the monkeys who only wanted to play. Moreover, he was badly hurt. Finally, he swung his huge trunk and drove the monkeys away, taking refuge in a calmer corner of the forest. Actually, he was very tired, but he did not give up out of stubbornness. This time, he noticed a tiny, lively squirrel. The squirrel plucked an acorn from a tree branch and went into a small hole. "How elegant and practical," said the baby elephant. "Because it is small, it can go everywhere. Being a squirrel is definitely better than being an elephant." He immediately tried to follow the squirrel into the hole in the tree, but with his thick legs and big body, only the tip of his trunk could fit inside. So the poor squirrel jumped out screaming in fear. The baby elephant then curiously tried to stick his head into the hole after the squirrel, but because his head was so big, it got stuck. No matter how hard he tried, he could not pull back. He almost got trapped there. At last, he used all his strength to quickly pull his head out of the hollow. He took a deep breath. "Being a squirrel is not for me either," he said with disappointment. As he continued slowly forward, suddenly a parrot with dazzling, colorful feathers appeared before him. The parrot was gliding from one tree to another. Its feathers sparkled, as if it were dancing in the sky with its wings. The little elephant was fascinated. "Flying! What a wonderful thing! This is just for me," he thought. The parrot noticed his admiring gaze and, smiling, said it could teach him to fly. Together they went to a steep slope. The parrot spread its wings and let itself fall into the air. Gliding through the sky, it flew to the opposite slope. The baby elephant also wanted to do the same and threw himself down from the slope. But he had neither wings nor a light body. He fell straight into the waters of the lake. The water splashed and mud got all over him. Fortunately, though with difficulty, he managed to get to the shore. His clothes were in tatters and his whole body was aching. The parrot immediately came to his side and said kindly, "I think you should continue being an elephant." At that moment, the baby elephant, for the first time in his life, began to think that being an elephant might not be such a bad thing. Just then, a scream was heard. A tiny baby bird had fallen from a nest on the slope and rolled directly into the lake. Its tiny body disappeared in the water. Its mother was flapping and crying in the sky, desperately searching for her baby. Without hesitation, the baby elephant jumped into the water. He dipped his trunk and moved it around in the water. A few seconds later, a tiny, trembling baby bird appeared at the tip of his trunk. He gently placed it by the shore with delicate movements. The mother bird immediately came to them. Tears flowed from her eyes as she gratefully thanked the baby elephant. "If it weren't for you, I would have lost my baby," she said. When the baby elephant heard these words, he felt a warm feeling inside. His eyes sparkled. At that moment, he understood that instead of trying to be someone else, he was very valuable just the way he was. The sun was about to set. The baby elephant, with these thoughts in his head, started walking home. Along the way, he saw the parrot spreading its wings and flying freely in the sky, the squirrel carrying acorns to its nest, the monkeys happily jumping from branch to branch laughing, the deer running playfully through the forest. But he no longer envied any of them. All he thought about was reuniting with his family. As soon as he hugged them, he would look into their eyes and apologize for being stubborn and upsetting them. Because now he knew that being an elephant was actually a very beautiful thing.